Ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between, hello, welcome to the channel. So I woke up this morning and decided to read the newspaper, and by that I just mean look at the trending page on Twitter, and I saw that Scotland is having another referendum. As we know, they've already had one, but they're having another one trying to gain their independence from Britain. That would mean a breakup of the United Kingdom. Because if Scotland leaves, then I'm sure at some point Ireland would want to leave. And if Ireland leaves, then the Wales would be like, okay, well, why are we still here? So this is like a crisis, but not on the same scale as like our Afghanistan situation, but like the British version, I guess. So we're going to be checking out, one, why does Scotland want to leave the United Kingdom or all of that? I'm sure they get a lot of like benefits, whether it be trade or economy or just alliances, which is why America is so devoted to Britain, because we all need alliances. So Scotland leaving would kind of terminate all that, and they'd be on their own. Now, if you're Scottish and you watch my channel, let me know, why are you for or why are you against the situation with Britain? As I said, the first referendum, it was voted no, ultimately, that they wouldn't leave, which is why they're still there. You know, this kind of reminds me of Brexit. This really does. Y'all got a lot of stuff going on politically over in that side of the world. But anyways, we're going to learn about it, see what's going on. Why do the Scottish people want to leave Britain? Do they consider themselves British? I know y'all consider yourself Scottish, but what's the identity crisis going on here? And why do people want to leave? Everybody wants to have their independence. Hell, America got theirs, but you saw how we had to get it. We had to go to war. So is Scotland going to go to war with Britain? I doubt it, but let's see what's going to happen. Subscribe, like, do all that, and here we go. Yeah.
200 years ago, Britain proudly ruled the waves.
They've been around for... Britain is ancient, y'all. Like, it's a great thing, but also a bad thing. How long and how powerful they were throughout history. It's crazy.
And about a quarter of the world. But the British Empire...
Is Nigeria on the list? Yeah. But I love you guys now. We're not talking... Y'all weren't around doing all this. Imperialism, colonization. That wasn't you, my viewers. So I'm cool with y'all. It's just the monarchy and stuff that... I don't... Yeah. We're not going to get into that.
...has shrunk. Again and again.
But y'all still have your isles and stuff.
Itself, England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland is weaker than at any point in living memory.
Weak?
Tensions have flared in Northern Ireland in the most serious clashes with police.
Wait a dang minute. This is all news to me. As far as I was concerned, the only people with police brutality and issues with the police were the Americans. Us. But apparently in Scotland, y'all got two issues. Your drinking and your police. Let's see.
Ireland in the most serious clashes with police for years. And in Scotland, a fierce political battle for independence is in full swing.
Scotland's future
Prime Minister
must be in Scotland's hands.
Hey, it really, I don't know. Because I've always looked at it like, okay, if you want your independence, go ahead. Why am I ruling you anyway? Why do you need independence from me? Why do I own you? But at the same time, like, I'm sure other benefits for Scotland still being a part of the United Kingdom. Like, and she's a female prime minister, I'm assuming. So obviously there's some representation there. Like, I don't know. Let's see. Let's keep watching.
The union between England and Scotland goes back over 300 years.
300 years!
But it's under increasing strain. And if Scotland were to go, could it pave the way for Northern Ireland and even Wales to do the same?
I honestly think it would. If one leaves, the rest are leaving. Honestly. From an outsider's perspective, it's like, okay, well, I don't have to be here anymore now, so why am I still here? I could be my own thing, do my own thing. You know? Then this Henry Jack flag would just be non-existent. It wouldn't even be real anymore. Y'all let me know your thoughts on all of that.
At this organic farm outside Edinburgh, almost all of the produce is proudly grown in Scotland. And the farm's founder, Mike, thinks Scotland would be better off as an independent country.
So just from that, we can see that they're able to sustain themselves agriculturally and economically. Because I'm sure that all this produce that they're growing is being sold or traded or shipped overseas. Because how did America get our potatoes? From the Irish. We didn't have freaking potatoes before. So it's just like, it's not that they Or do they need, again, do they need England? Does England need Scotland? What's going on? Who needs who more is the question. And why do y'all want to leave so bad? That's another question. Because we already know, if you've seen the show Outlander, back to Craignadoon, when what's the place called? I can't remember it, but where Claire Beecham is originally from in England. I can't remember the name. But very far back, dating far back, there's always been tensions and stuff between the Redcoats and the rebels and all that. The Jacobites. It's been a lot of drama between England and Scotland.
It's a hot topic right now, as the Scottish National Party have promised to ask Westminster for an independence referendum should they win a majority at the forthcoming election in May.
My partner's family is from Yorkshire, and they think of Scotland as just another part of England rather than
His partners.
Its own country, and also you see politicians do that as well.
They'd be wrong though. Scotland has a long and proud history as an independent nation.
When I think of Scotland, I think of, again, just open fields and like sheep grazing the fields. But bitch, y'all got cities. You got boats, and this isn't even like a full body of water. This is a little river. You got boats on the river. Okay, Scotland. Do you see the city life?
Scotland has a long and proud
got both
history
sides.
as an independent nation.
Gorgeous.
The Romans never managed to conquer it, and for much of its history, it was fighting its English neighbours south of the border.
So
England
again,
had
y'all were
joined
never
with
on
Wales
teams.
in 1536. A union with Scotland came about after the Queen of England, Elizabeth I, died in 1603. Her cousin James, who was King of Scotland, took her...
This is why so many people on their internet clown me. I was so confused, because your current queen is Elizabeth II, but homegirl, I was thinking this is her mom, died in, that's not even possible. So I'm guessing there was a lot of Elizabeths and probably another Elizabeth I, because there's no way this Elizabeth I, who died in 1603, gave birth to your current queen. Because I know she's hella old, but she's not centuries old. It's crazy.
Her cousin James, who was King of Scotland, took over the English throne. The two countries now shared a king, but had separate parliaments and laws.
That's where y'all messed up.
A few decades later, Scotland tried to set up a colony, New Caledonia, in what is now Panama.
Why y'all going to Panama? Why y'all in South America? I always say this, everybody just stay in your own borders. Stay where you're at. Leave everybody else alone. That's why you wouldn't be having people lose cultures, all these different languages, and losing history and all this. Because everybody just stay where you're at, including America. Mind y'all's business.
It was a disaster, and Scotland was left in serious debt.
Dang.
So when a union with England was proposed,
They needed
it looked
it.
to some like a sensible financial decision.
That sucks. So Scotland didn't join the UK because they wanted to. They literally had to get out of the debt. Gosh dang, that's sad. Sorry, guys.
And the Acts of Union were passed by 1707.
Some Scots looked south of the border and thought that it would be good to have a relationship with
Some Scots look south of the border and thought it would be... That was my accent, let me know.
this much more powerful, richer nation with its bigger market.
I guess it
The
was.
Scots could trade with the English colonies in the Caribbean. Scotland did.
Ooh. I was thinking he was talking about England, but he only said in the Caribbean. Oh boy. We're not getting into that conversation though. We're moving past it.
Was able to trade in tobacco, and that was the basis of Glasgow's rise
Glasgow.
in the 18th century.
Glasgow.
Ireland was later strong-armed into the Union in 1801.
No, a strong arm is a literary device that we learned in English class. So what I just thought it was like, okay, everybody joined the UK, yay, we're all unifying, signing these treaties, we want to be together. No! Freaking Scotland had to join because they were broke, they were poor. Ireland, I guess, got bullied into it, so I'm guessing something happened with Wales as well. They were like, you're right next to us, so bitch, we're taking you. So England was out here just bulldozing everybody, forcing everybody. That's sad.
But this was short-lived, as in 1922 the country was split in two.
Yeah, we've already discussed this on this channel and my other channel. The Troubles, all that entire war and everything. And what was it? There was like a bomb that went off, killed a lot of women, children, all that kind of stuff. A lot of drama, a lot of craziness going on. So that's how you have Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. And the Republic is independent of Great Britain, but the northern part are loyalists, I guess.
With the Irish Free State becoming independent and Northern Ireland remaining part of the UK.
If you're from Northern Ireland, let me know. Could you just travel to the Republic of Ireland, or are people gonna like sneer at you like, oh, you fake Irish person, you know what I mean? Like, where's your loyalty? Or is it vice versa? Like, can you just freely cross this border? I'd be intimidated, honestly, if I were coming from either side.
While the opportunities of empire may no longer exist, for members of the Union,
Thank
being
God.
part of the UK still has its advantages. For a start, the UK is still Scotland's main trading partner.
Yeah.
60% of all Scottish exports go to the rest of Britain.
So again, economically, Scotland needs England, is what we're saying here.
That's almost triple what it exports to the rest of the world, excluding Europe.
Dang.
Andy co-runs a brewery outside Edinburgh,
Brewery.
and for him, trade with the UK is a compelling reason to stay in the Union.
So he's thinking of it for himself, like his pockets. So it's a debate between economics and like just culture. Which one is most important to you? I guess it could go either way, honestly. I feel like both are very important. One is morals and one is just like survival. So, and going back to what you said about a brewery, whenever I think brewery now that I've started freaking nursing school, I think of what you hear, the sounds of a heart, gastrointestinal sounds, all that. So my mind is still on science.
For us, the market in England has grown in importance.
Grown
It's
importance.
very easy to sell across the UK. No limitations in terms of us travelling into England with independence. You will have a land border between England and Scotland, and I could see a much more difficult scenario.
What happened to homie's hair, though? He's a working man, I understand, but don't forget hygiene. Working man, he's in the fields. He doesn't care about his appearance. Doesn't matter. Because when he comes home, he has that intestine food that y'all eat, and a croissant, because he's a Scottish working man.
See a much more difficult scenario.
But some have always thought Scotland would be better off standing on its own 2 feet.
For
By the
centuries they thought that.
1960s, a nationalist voice in Scottish politics was gaining ground. The Scottish National Party, or the SNP, who won an important victory in Westminster in 1967.
What's this woman they keep showing?
And in the years that followed, the nationalist cause received an unexpected boost: the discovery of oil off the coast of Scotland.
Oh boy, this is a conversation. Anywhere there's oil, everybody wants you. Everybody wants to be there. Everybody wants to work with you. So it's like, again, y'all have your agriculture, you've got your boats, you got your fishing harbors, now you got oil, which America loves oil. We're not going to talk about why and all that's come from that, but you could work with us because we love oil. So, yeah, y'all have options. It's just getting to where you need to be or deciding what to do. That's a big issue.
Liquid gold. Britain now has oil.
Huh. See, that would make me mad, though. See, I don't know. Maybe, again, this is just my Americanness talking, but I'm like, if my family has oil, that does not mean my entire neighborhood has oil. My family has oil. Not the entire block. We have the oil. You know what I'm trying to say? So for the announcer just... that's not... What you mean we have oil? No, I have oil.
Oil off the coast of Scotland.
Where's the coast? Where's it at?
Liquid gold. Britain now has oil. Billions and billions of barrels of it. And it's
What do I
been
know?
quietly lapping at the doorstep all the time.
In the 1980s, oil
Texaco.
revenue exploded, and
We got Texaco here. Wait, they're worldwide then. That's cool. Where does it originate from? The UK or here?
in the 1980s, oil revenue exploded, and many thought Scotland should see more of this money, which added around £193 billion to the UK economy between 1975 and 2020. This was coupled with deindustrialisation in the 1980s, under British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher.
She was the one that left the post. Y'all hated her. We need to look into her. Why is she so hated?
She was deeply disliked in Scotland,
Yeah.
and this boosted calls for independence. In 1997, Scotland voted in favour of a devolved parliament, which was then created by Tony Blair, Britain's Prime Minister.
So we went from Fletcher to Blair to now, crazy hair guy. What's his name? I can't freaking remember. Boris Johnson.
Single area of Scotland. We're all moving forward, and we're moving forward together.
I guess.
This meant Scotland had its own parliament for the first time
Bagpipes.
in nearly 300 years,
That's
and
cool.
devolution gave Scotland the power to make decisions on areas like agriculture, education, and health, known as devolved matters. While
Duh. Whoa. So Scotland, in a way, is just another colony of Britain. So I guess now you can decide about your own fields and what you want to plant and sell. I guess you can control your forests and fishing waters. I guess you can make your own curriculum. I guess you can decide what kind of health services you want, even though Britain does have really good healthcare. Can't even lie. I wish we had it here. I guess you can control your environment and make regulations. But don't worry, we're still going to control immigration that you can have.
of UK-wide concerns,
Foreign policy, which again does make sense because Britain, or England, is kind of the head of Britain. So I understand.
such as immigration, foreign policy,
So Parliament is still going to control, aka England, immigration, foreign policy, defense, and employment. So again, and from what I see, it just looks like Scotland is another colony of England. Let me know if I'm wrong, though. Which I know, this stupid girl doesn't know anything about nothing. Shut up.
and defence were managed by Westminster and were known as reserved matters.
Reserved matters.
The UK government still provided financial support to Scotland.
Nice of them.
This was in the form of a block grant. And together with income tax, national insurance payments, and other rates from within Scotland, helped fund the work of the Scottish Parliament. Some unionists say Scotland couldn't survive without this financial support from Westminster.
Which was the entire reason that they even joined the United Kingdom to begin with. Because they, I guess, couldn't maintain financial freedom and they needed help. So, So say Scotland does go along with this second referendum. Hold on, my bad. I didn't know what happened there. But say Scotland does go along with the second referendum and decides to leave the UK. Guess what? Are they going to be able to survive? It would be worse if they leave. Okay, say they stay, but then say they leave, but then they have to come back. Like, that'll be an even bigger embarrassment. So it's going to be a very peculiar and particular decision that has to be made. I'm assuming that everybody's going to be able to vote it. The people. I'm not talking about the parliament people or the governing people. I'm talking about the people themselves. This is why I like democracy. It's the people who are going to be influenced the most, so they should get to decide. Y'all let me know your thoughts, though, in my comment section. And again, if you got something to complain about, I don't want to hear it. I don't care. Don't start crying and yelling in my comment section, because, bitch, you're getting blocked. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe, do all that, and bye.